You're live.
Hey guys, hello and welcome to, I believe this is episode 3, um, Cyberpunk 2049, a solid state society using the stars without number rule system. Last we left our players, Yin was on a mission with Neuro to provide Overwatch for a exchange between Mr. Sax's men and an unknown party. During the exchange, the event itself occurred without any hiccups. But after it, when Yin and Neuro were supposed to meet with with Mr. Sax's men, they were ambushed in an alley. Um, Neuro was abducted. Yin was left for dead, and that's how that session ended. But Yin, being Yin, was not really dead, hanging on for life. She was able to get in touch with some of her old contacts, and an old flame who has connections uh, with a particular person with medical skills. And the last person she wanted to contact ever, almost, her brother, Yang. Um, so it turns out that um, in that previous session, Yang, Machine, Yin's flame, and Trauma, the one with medical capabilities, they all arrive on the scene at the same time. They're able to take Yin to a medvac facility, get her all patched up, and Yin starts the hunt for those who double crossed her. She finds herself in a data market called Little Wing. She meets an old contact of hers, Zamir, who's able to track down Neuro. So happens that Neuro's comlink to Yin was still left open. He's able to track down Neuro to an old industrial district of Icarus One, um, and he's able to get them schematics and details of that place. As they leave Zamir and the marketplace, Yin and her group are confronted by Mr. Sax's men, who are trying to find out what really happened and what went down during the deal. Um, Misunderstandings are cleared up. Mr. Sax is still very interested in retrieving his property. He's able to provide a drone that's providing Overwatch over the very area that Neuro is being held. And that's where the previous session ended, with Yin and her gang getting even more intel about the place where Neuro is being held. Beginning of this session, the group make their way to that industrial area and start staking out the place. Um, and that's where we shall take the action, where we find ourselves with Yin and Yang overlooking the industrial uh, warehouse, while Trauma and Machine are kind of doing a perimeter walk and looking for any places of infiltration that they can see on the ground, with Yin and Yang up in one of the taller buildings that's overlooking into the compound um, of this facility. Go ahead.
And as they're kind of looking down on the facility, Yin will just kind of gaze down, take a look before sitting on the edge of the building and just kind of leaning back, getting comfortable, or looking up at her brother. The mask's still on her face. She reaches up and removes the mask, and she's got a slightly perplexed look on her face as she's looking up at him. Brother, I have to ask before we continue. Why did you pick up?
Yang is standing by the rail. His hands are wrapped around the top bar It's rusted and corroded from acid rain and lack of repair. He is looking down and doesn't seem to turn his head as Ian speaks to him, but his eyes flicker over, and the corner of the side of his mouth kind of raises in a slight smirk. "Why, sister, my compad didn't recognize the number at first. I had deleted it until I traced back your signal. I'm sorry to not be so benevolent as you might have thought."
Well, you could have just said no. Could have just not come. Could have left me to die. But you came. Why?
Curiosity, perhaps? It has been a long time. I had thought you were dead already.
I'm guessing much to your chagrin, I'm still here.
He kind of purses his lips and gives a kind of like a sour look, and he shakes his head. "No. I wish you no ill will, sister. Why would I?"
After all I put you through when we were kids. After all the hate. I'm surprised, is all.
He looks kind of you up and down. "I think you're suffering right now, would be my guess. You let this hate fester. You must push it down to do what you needed to do. To unleash your emotion into the sky and let it float into the stars and the heavens. If you let it well up, if you let it free. It is too soon, sister. Push it down. Feel nothing."
And Ian will throw her head back and kind of laugh. It's easy for you to say. I mean, you had it so fucking easy. You had it so easy and you don't even realize it. You can push it down. You didn't have to suffer like I did.
What did you suffer?
Did you not see? Were you that self-absorbed when we were children?
I saw you were beaten when you, walked from the altar, the shrine.
That's the only time you saw.
Of course not. But for every beating you got, how many did I receive from you?
I was jealous. I'll admit that. Jealous of you. What you got.
What did I get?
Love.
You really wanted his affections? Really? That is sad, sister. Very sad.
And, purse her lips before putting the mask on again and turning away from Hero, looking more of the skyline. You don't understand. You had it. You had the opportunity to reject it. I never did.
But there you're wrong, sister. You did reject it. You rejected what father wished. He was happy, was he not, on your wedding day? To cement a bond, no matter what it was. He was happy that you were there, that you participated, happy with you, but you rejected him.
Yes, but you told me to.
I did.
You did. You sabotaged probably the only opportunity that I had to leave on my own. But I was weak enough to listen to you, and I don't know why.
You wish to marry Giatoro?
Well, would have made father happy.
And that is what you wished. You could have done that. You could have been his daughter, his snowflake, someone that he was proud of. That is what you always wanted, his adulation.
Of course.
And you did not even like me, but you did as I suggested.
I'm weak.
Ah, that we agree, sister.
Yes, we do. But you say he loved me, or at least appreciated me on that wedding day, but that was the only time. It's the only time.
Oh, do not misunderstand, sister. He does not love anyone. He molds them. And if he cannot mold what he wishes, then he despises it. He had molded you for years and could not find the correct form or shape to give you until that one day when he had the opportunity to use you. As he had looked for ways to use me.
And Yin will take off her mask again and look back to Hero, eyes furrowed. Are you fucking serious? All I wanted, I would have appreciated being molded. But no, I was cast aside when you were born. I was a second-class citizen in our own household, and you still, to this fucking day, don't understand. You self-centered prick.
Sister, you know nothing of our ways. You are a woman. What is it that I can do that you were born the way you were born?
And that's the problem. So I wasn't born like you, and was not born on the same footing. You could have had it all, but there was no chance for me.
Ah. Sister, we have both chosen similar paths. Who is stronger? The one who has it all but gives it away? Or the one that has nothing and does the same? But sister, I will say, you have given up what you think there was nothing. Jotaro, that man I know well. He is not so bad of a man. Caring, loving. A good man. Compared to either of us, for certain. And you could have had that. But no, you listened to me. Someone that you had abused and hated. Why do you think that is? Because you know that a father's love was false. Even to me, who you are jealous of, were jealous of, hated because of this quote-unquote love. It is not love, sister. He is a potter, and we are his clay. He molded us, fashioned us into this hateful being that we both have become, one way or another. You are his, and I am his. Two aspects of him. Sad, is it not?
It is. And even now, where I am, there's always that thought that I still want to make him proud. Really proud of me. But the only way that I know how is to show him what I am, what I've become. And at the end of that, he'll be dead. Maybe in his dying words, he'll finally tell me he loves me. That is my hope. That's what I want.
Ah, sister.
Hmm.
I am afraid you live in a fantasy. Even if we do kill him, if you do kill him, you will not give you what you want. You will not make him proud. He does not feel this. He is not proud of me, was never proud of me. I was a tool, an offspring to carry on our family name, ancient and revered, but nothing more. He knows not love, he knows not whatever you think, that pride in his offspring and his work, nothing. Arrogance. Self-love is the only love that man can show.
Well, wish I knew this years ago then. Maybe it would have saved me from all the fucked up shit. But it is what it is. I will fully say I am what I am because of him. And because of you. I was clean when I was about to be married, but because I was weak enough to listen to you, it's... Well, and she'll tap her vaporizer. It's all back to this.
He looks at the vaporizer and looks back to her and... Ah, I see. Numbing yourself, then.
What?
Numbing your senses, your hate.
Yes.
Ah, sister, no. You must feel your hate. You must bury it here. And he kind of pushes a finger to his chest. For when it comes, and he kind of like makes a hand-waving motion out his mouth, then that is when you shall be strong. Take these weak feelings and, as I say, push them down. I tell this to myself often. You should be rid of that thing.
I am afraid, even if I wanted to, I cannot. It is impossible for me at this point. I'm hopeless. All I have now is a job. That's it.
A job running for gangsters and killers.
Yes, I'm proud of my work. It's where I get some of my pride from, at least.
Take no pride. There's none to be had. Not in this place.
Maybe for you. I enjoy what I do.
Ah. Well, at least you have that then. I enjoy nothing. There is no love, there is no emotion of happiness. There is only a new word, Bushido Yin. It is of vengeance and of hate, and of angst and of turmoil. Accept it as yours, and nothing can harm you. You will feel no sadness of your past, no guilt. If you would have died and I would have found out, I would not have batted an eye. If it was worse for you, the same. For I live this code that has been given upon me by my Lord, and I will see it fulfilled. Nothing in this world matters, except wrath and fury.
And again, we differ, as I don't want to experience wrath and fury. Sure, I want to kill Father. That's more of a showing him what I am now, proving the point. But the way I experience things is with zealous and lust and enjoyment for what they do. And I do get a sense of pride. The drugs, they just help put everything into perspective. That the past is numb. I do not need Bushido or whatever mental training to get to that state. All I need is this. All I need is the blade. All I need is the jump.
Zypher, is it raining as it's depicted?
Yeah, it has been. There's been a continuous rain that's been hitting you guys' face as this is going on.
Yang kind of looks up, and the rain droplets kind of well on his face and stream down, and he kind of shakes his head out. He has a top knot, and he takes one of his hands, brushes off the water, and kind of steps back slightly where there's a bit of cover, overhang. These things prove this weakness that you have shown. But let me ask you, Yin, I do push down my feelings, as I have said. It does not mean they do not exist, and so I will give this one time a reprieve of this new word Bushido between us. Do you wish to have old mistakes fixed, repaired, absolved? Would you take an escape from your current life, one that you could have years ago, if you had not listened to me and made a fatal mistake in your life, perhaps, if it was not for your weakness? Would you accept my olive branch now? Would you accept something that I could give you? Well, perhaps I could give you. Nothing is certain.
And Yin kind of puts the vaporizer back on her face for taking a deep inhale and looking up at the sky herself. She doesn't seek cover. She stays out, letting the rain wash over her hair. It's down. It's about chin length and sticking to her face. She puts the vaporizer down and brushes back her hair. I would like to know exactly what your offer is before I agree to it.
Of course, I would not expect you to do otherwise. You see, I have been keeping an eye on Father and all the other large corporations. Wantabe, Jotaro is still unmarried, unwed. I have had these hackers look into him as well. He still pines for you, Yin. Oddly enough, he has searched for you even. Searched the streets with his agents. His father grows old and ill and feeble. Soon he will be the CEO, chairman, the daimyo of his clan. And when that happens, Yin, he will likely come after Father anew. He would be a great asset for us. It would take you off the street as well. And even then, you could make Father proud, perhaps, if that is your sick and twisted desires. And at the same time, we could end him with such influence. But you must leave this, and he kind of waves to her face in the vaporizer, far behind. You must give in. You must submit to a different master. This man, he would treat you well. He would treat you with more love than anyone has ever shown you, without a doubt. This could all go away. This killing, this horrors, this petty existence you and I leave. You might not feel love for the man, but he would feel love for you. You would have what you have wanted. Someone to care for you, and true. Perhaps we could make it happen.
And Yin just kind of looks back out to the complex, looking down on it. Turns her body facing away from Hero. Unfortunately, I've left that life behind. There are mementos that I keep. Of course, I still have the wedding dress. All these years, I kept it. Painful reminders. But I have a master that I serve now. I serve loyally as he cares for me and I care for him. It
Yes.
is.
Another of your fixations of a master loving you who gets you addicted to some sort of powerful drug. Yes, he loves you, I'm sure. Ridiculous, Yin.
No matter what, no matter where I go, even if I went back to Jotaro, if I married him, in essence, I'm just trading one drug for another. It's always gonna be the same. No matter what happens. There's always going to be no one who truly cares about me. I don't think he does. He may be looking for me, but he doesn't know me, doesn't see me. And I mean, I don't like being seen, but the Goto Corporation, they appreciate what I do. Though they're the ones who control me now. But Master loves me in his own way. And right now, that's enough. With you, since, in a way, we have reunited. Even if I don't take your olive branch for potentially marrying me off to another powerful man, if I did, I would be serving you the same way that I would have been serving Father. You two are one and the same. Completely. And I don't want to serve you. I don't want to serve Father, no matter how I want him to be proud of me. I want to be able to choose who I serve. Do you understand?
Yang's face turns into a rather deep scowl as you mention that he is essentially his father, and pauses for quite a long time, an uncomfortably long time, and then says, "He has molded me out of clay. It is a lie I've told myself that I am free. I do not believe I have ever admitted this to another. Yes, I understand what you say. I understand, and I am my father in many ways.
We
But
both
you,
are.
yes, two aspects. But as I said, you would not be serving me. It is simply something that you could do, and this thing could help us kill Father easier, gain resources and strength. If you do not wish to do this, then we will do it the difficult way. New Takeda would rise, regardless."
I am, like I said, happy to assist you in taking over the company. I don't care for it. I don't want it.
I do not want it either. It is not mine. I wish it. I will not be CEO. I will not be daimyo. It is not
You're
for
still
me.
working for someone who wants it.
The rightful owner. Fumiko, of course.
Well, she can have it with your assistance. There's only one thing I want, and that is to kill him. That's what I want. Other than that, I don't want anything else. This is what drives me. The job.
And what then, Yin? When you have killed him, what will you do? What will this world be for you when vengeance has been taken, when there is nothing else left for you? You will have no anger. You will have no love. Will you simply carry out your duties for Gototo and, well, this thing on your face until one day you make a mistake and are killed, or worse?
And Yin turns back to Hiro and lets the rain fall on her face, looking up, closing her eyes. I have no other purpose in life. I've thought about it many times. My standing, who I am, and I've lived my whole life for Father. Even motivates me now, so when he's gone, there will be nothing. I am but a tool. That's all I'll ever be. That's how I see myself. I'm nothing. I am but a sword.
And here I give you a chance to ascend.
No.
To be more.
Your olive branch is not to ascend, it is to become not a sword but an accessory. I would rather be the sword than a necklace.
I see.
I do not want to be a piece of art. I do not want to be the trophy wife of a CEO anymore. I thought that would make me happy. But in a way, being the tool gives me power. Gives me power to end lives in front of me, people who have more purpose than me, and I am the one who ends them. It is invigorating. It is just almost delicious in a way. It is almost like when I look into their eyes when I kill them, that I am taking all their potential away and sucking it into the void that is me. And then they become nothing, as I am.
Yang looks at you rather kind of stoically and forces himself to blink because would not expect that. He rubs his lightly bearded chin. Chiako. And this is the first time he's used your name since you called him. That is rather odd. It is self-defeating. You wish to be nothing. A shinobi. Someone who strikes from the darkness. I wonder, really, do you think that Father would be proud of such?
And Ian kind of pauses and looks down. You're right. He wouldn't. There's nothing to be proud of. Nothing that I am to be proud of.
Yin,
Nothing that I strive for to be proud of.
listen to me now. If you wish to get Father's attention, I am telling you how to do it. Be your blade, be your killer. Play two lives if you must. Be deceitful. Be smart. Be strong. If you wish Father's attention, to make him look at you with hate, with any sort of feeling whatsoever, you do as I say. You take this path. Marry this man, court this man, whatever you have to do. Seduce him, it does not matter. Father will look at you. He will see what you have done. He will know your manipulations. And then he will say, that is my daughter. Strong and deceitful, as I am. And then he will know that it is you who are coming for him. Not in the dark, like a shinobi, like a sick snake, vile and unseen. He will see you coming, and even though he tries to stop you, he will not be able to. And that is when he will say to himself, I chose wrong. This was my heir. And then you will have your revenge. And then you will know that he knows this is true. And then you will let this Takeda Enterprises fall into his most hated enemy's hands. And that will be your solace for the rest of your days. No matter if you have to share a bed with Jotaro, At that point, you wouldn't have to. It is a means to an end. Think about that, Yin. If you wish his attention, this is what you must do. And we can do it together. For once, in solidarity, brother and sister, no malice between us, only for a single purpose. You should think on it, Yin.
And Yin will kind of wrap her arms around herself, almost in a protective manner. Maybe, but I am unable to leave the Goto Corporation. I cannot.
Zypher, what do I know about the Go-To Corporation? Anything?
Give me a no plus intellect.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. Hold on.
Wait 1 minute. Let me just check if you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
anything.
yeah.
No. Yeah, it should be the same. Yeah, just no. Because the trade is also -1. Yeah, just give me a no plus intellect. It's not enough. You
Okay.
just have just conjectures, given the fact that, like you said in your, in this conversation, you believe that they are the ones who got Yin hooked up on whatever she is right now inhaling.
Mm-hmm.
It is unclear, and the fact that someone like Yin, with her undivided focus on a particular man in Icarus One, and the fact that Takeda Enterprises is predominantly working in things like gen engineering, all you have are possibilities, nothing concrete. That is
Yes,
kind
okay.
of
Yeah. He shakes his head. You don't think that? Did we say what Wantabe's focus was? What they were into? Were they also into something similar as?
Yes. So the way, So
Yeah.
they give me a minute. I'll just confirm so that I make sure that it doesn't get messed up. 1 minute.
I'm assuming I would know what that is, right?
Yes. You would know that Watanabe Industries is in gen engineering and cybernetics,
Okay.
while Takeda Enterprises is in gen engineering and robotics.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So Yang says, "You might still moonlight for them. Tell them you are attempting to undermine Watanabe. Get them something for..." He just kind of waves his hand. "You are smart. You can do both. I believe this man is fixated enough with you to give you a long leash. He would not be like father and mother. I believe he is actually a good man. If there is such thing left in this world."
It would be surprising if there was. But the thing is, not many would Even after all of Jotaro's pursuing of me, as you say, not many would accept my need for these things. And again, she taps the vaporizer and actually puts it back on her face for a moment. It is unbearable without it.
Lie. Tell him you have some disease. Perhaps he will let him to have you fixed. Perhaps he could even break your addiction, if you so wished it. I don't know that he would even care. You could play the broken flower. Your roots come undone. And there he finds you a savior to the one he loves. And then you melt into him like butter on a skillet. And then you infect him. You take what is his for what needs to be done. Perhaps you leave him with something. For his generosity. If you are feeling so inclined, it matters not to me. Push it down, as I say. Push these feelings of guilt or doubt away. Use what you must. If you listen to me, and we will have your vengeance, and we will have it as you wish. If you skulk into his living estate and stab him in his sleep, you will not get what you are looking for. It would just be death. It would be unsatisfying. You need me to help you in this, and I will. But you must take my counsel. You must let me help you this once. Take this branch. Take my one apology in this fleeting moment where I have not been able to play this new word Bushido as I should. But it will give us what we wish. I believe it. Think about it. You do not need answer now.
And Ian will extend her hands to Hiro, her palms up and open. Hiro, I just want to know one thing. And I want you to be honest. Do you, or did you ever love me?
He looks at your hands and stands motionless. He says, "You never gave me the chance."
I am now, if you'll have me. And I'm sorry for everything I did. It was not your fault. I was angry. And I hated you. Because of something you couldn't control.
I cannot love. I cannot deviate from my path. I have one emotion yet. And it is vengeance. It is hate. It is a radiating fury. I'm sorry. I cannot do this.
And Ian retracts her hands and puts them at her side. That is okay. I accept that you cannot care about me that way as a sister. But I will think on your offer. But, Hiro, what will you do after father is dead?
I will sign over the company to Kumiko. I will commit seppuku.
And Yin's taken aback by that and actually shakes her head and blinks at him. That's it? That's all you want? You chastise me and shame me for just wanting to kill father and not having anything afterwards. You also think of yourself as a tool to help her get power, the rightful heir, as you say. Why?
Seppuku is a honorable death.
It is, but do you not want to stay by her side?
Thinks about it for a moment. She will not need me.
Why
I
not?
know that there is no love, there is only games, there is only ploys and deceit. What was I, 12? When this all began? She had plotted for many years. And here we are. I traded one pimp for another, I have known this. I am a tool, as you say. What will I do? Walk the streets like you, Yin? Will I indulge myself in whatever that is you wear? Will I walk the streets, kill for money, instead of whatever honor that I have left? This new world Bushido, it is not meant for a lasting man. It is not meant. It is a burning flame that burns you and devours you, and you are burnt asunder. It is not something you grow old with. Kind of turns his head and cracks his neck. He's kind of gives kind of a pained expression. It is the best I can hope. An honorable death for our family. I would even be honored if you seconded me and took my head. As he kind of does the motion across his belly.
And Ian will take a step a bit closer to Yang. I don't think there's any honor in you killing yourself outside of combat, brother. And what will this mean for us? What's mean for your name? Is that how you want to leave a legacy? Is to complete the work of someone else and then kill yourself in the name of the honorable thing, as you say? Your honor lies within someone else. That is strange. It's
As it is with any samurai. You obey your lord, you do as they say. This new world Bushido that we have, and he kind of opens his palms and steps out into the rain. This is what we have become. We or the fury. We must be. What else can we do? But I hold one thing left from the ancient days, 500 years ago. Take our family name and give it honor, no matter what I do, no matter the vile things I have done, or that you have done, or that Father has done. I wash away these sins with one draw of my blade across my stomach.
But in that sense, we are both just tools for her, both doing the work so she may rise into power. And you being manipulated as such, and you say it's for honor, but I don't think it is. If you were to die in defense of her, then what is to stop someone from coming after her after you're dead? There's nothing. There's nothing stopping anyone from taking her head afterwards. You need to be there for her, for me, and it is selfish for you to want to cleanse your sins, to cleanse the family's sins by killing yourself. Honor. You're hiding behind the word. You'll have nothing left after he's dead. Just like me. There's nothing for you. Just emptiness and loneliness that you've crafted in your head to say honor, honor. No. What is honorable is staying by her side, being her protector against anyone who comes after her, and being there for her. Now, you should take that selfishness and twist it. Do not call it honorable to die on the sword, your own sword. Honorable if you're defeated in battle.
He considers for a moment, thinking, It matters not. What do you care of my well-being?
Surprisingly, since you came to help me a lot, there is much guilt inside me for what I did. Maybe in a way it's selfish for me to want you around to almost make up for it. But you should continue living until your proper expiration and not claim your own life. That is not honorable, it's cowardice.
He shakes his head. You are projecting Father onto me. You wish for my adulation, my love. You will not get it. I am incapable of those things I have told you. I can only tell you what you need to do to satisfy your own needs. After you kill Father, I care not what you do. I believe it is in your best interest to do other than what you are doing now, but I do not care for you the way you care for me, or the way you act you care for me. I cannot. I will not. It is not in my nature. I am Father. He has molded me. It is sad. It is... I do not know if you remember the time My father, our father, he built a building. Her mother used to take me to this place. It was a small garden in this hellhole. Trees, purple petals, pink. I don't doubt they ever took you there. I remember you first showed me a picture of it once. Butterflies, they must have brought them in from somewhere. The first animal I had never seen on a cage or on a slab to be eaten. They were colors of yellow, more the colors than you'd ever seen. It was, the most beautiful thing I'd ever seen. It was 5, 6, maybe. And then the winter came and I went away, and in the springtime I asked Mother if we could go back, and she looked at me and said no, and I asked why. It is because your father is building a new facility in that location. They're building around the garden. It would be beautiful. It would be spectacular. First, I was quite impressed, quite wanted to see it. I went every day. I made Mother take me, and she did. And I would look from afar, from a car, most times. I'd see these men building this metal monstrosity around it. It went on for almost a year. I remember when I first went and visited the garden, it was not the same. The fluorescent lights beat down on it, and in 2 years it was dead. All of it. That is me, Yin. Perhaps I had potential once for love or something else. But Father built his tower around me. He pressed it. He covered it in his neon hell. He changed me. I always swore he wouldn't, but my hate, even my hate, changed me. My hate for him, my hate for you, my hate for everything. I could not be Jotaro, a man above this. He kind of flips his hand and water beads come off the end of his fingers. This place. Perhaps I had the ability to be once, but when that garden died, so did I. I became Yang. Hero is long gone, if he ever existed. I'm sorry, Yin. I cannot give you what you want. I cannot give you Father's affection. I can only give you the path to get what you want. That is my gift to you. That is all I can spare. Anything else, and I will not be able to accomplish the task that is given to me. And he looks down and avoids looking at his sister for a minute.
Yeah. And take another step closer. I never went to see the butterflies. Never went to the garden. Never saw the buildings erected. But I know I helped erect those buildings around you. And for that, I'm sorry. I don't want you to be a husk, as I know you have so much potential, and you've put hate into yourself, and that's what you're fueled by. That's all you are, is hatred. I do pity you, as you probably pity me, or whatever your version of that is. I want to be able to change your mind, to have you live a full life, not just dedicated to this New World Bushido, but not to be Yang, to be Hiro, my brother, free from our father, free from those walls, back in that garden, just you and the butterflies. That's what I want. But I don't know if I can help you achieve it, nor do I think you want that. I think you take comfort in that building around you. And I wish you would leave it. The door is there, but it is up to you to take it.
This building, it protects me like armor, even though I am dead inside. Like those butterflies.
Sometimes we must shed our armor in order to experience life again. You are afraid. I understand that. And she'll put the vaporizer on her face again. And she'll remove it, put it to her side.
You speak to me about fear, and you intoxicate yourself.
Yes, I am scared. I'm not saying I'm not.
It is hypocritical, is it not, to give me advice to shed my armor when you use yours?
This, in essence, is a form of armor, but I am willing to let it go, drop it all. But I need help. And she'll kind of cringe when she uses the word help.
I could help you. Perhaps. What is this that has you so tethered, reliant?
Well, if I tell you, will you at least attempt to shed your own armor? Or will you just offer to assist me and that's it?
He kind of begins to fidget slightly, biting at his top lip and thinking like what he's going to answer, not actually knowing the truth. I will be honest with you. I do not know. I could tell you yes and lie to you, I suppose. Perhaps I would, perhaps I wouldn't. But I think you deserve more than that. As I am clearly peeking outside the walls. I do not know if I want to. It is a safe place. To give in to such emotions is easy. But perhaps if you do, I will follow. You are my elder sibling, after all.
And Ian smiles, not kind of the crazy smile that she's had this whole trek. More like when she was a kid. To Yang. And she'll grin at him. Let's make the plans together then. Shall we?
Yes.
I'll tell you. No.
Go ahead.
I'll tell you about this, and she'll tap the apparatus. This is a designer drug manufactured by the Goto Corporation. A few of their contractors and employees have them. A lot of it is to keep them in line, keep them to obey. It is agonizing without it. I can only stand so long without the drug in my veins. After that, it gets painful. Memories flood back. The pain floods back. Only once. Once I defied them. And it was enough to make me want to end my life. And I am terrified of experiencing that again.
Perhaps Kumiko can help you. If not, Jotaro. I cannot think of any of the two that would be better suited.
I've been on something, at least, for the last 4 years. It has been a long time since I've been sober. I don't know what the real Chiako is anymore.
You were never given a chance to be the real Chiako. You were molded, as I have said. Perhaps the real Chiako has not yet shown herself.
Maybe. Maybe she will finally come out of that chrysalis once all this is gone.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
But there's one thing standing in our way. Well, more than one, I suppose.
Many things.
And Father is at that zenith. But you would be wise to think with a clear head and mind. This will not do. You are dulled and weak. So let us find a way to embolden you, shall we?
Well, after this job, yes. let us attempt, though I am very sure the Goto Corporation will be fairly upset. Oh.
Just another organization meant to feel my wrath. Although you wish to break me from this new world, Bushido, it will not come easy. Many will need to die in order to satiate my anger. And he kind of gives a smile.
Well, I am happy to assist you in death. It is a hobby of mine.
Yes, it seems as though we are siblings after all.
Oh, I never doubted that.
Well then, with your wakizashi, whatever you choose to use, and my blade, we shall paint these streets red.
And again, Yin will outstretch her hand to her brother. All right, brother, let us do this for once. Together.
He looks at your hand and kind of looks very hesitant. He almost like turns over his shoulder as if somebody was watching him, and fine. And he reaches out and takes your hand. But very, very kind of awkwardly.
She'll give it a slight squeeze and look down to the complex. Do you think Machine and Trauma have had enough time?
These Gaijins seem capable.
They are at least machinists.
He
I
releases
know.
your hand and turns away and kind of like gives an eye roll slightly, and I'll just pretend I didn't hear that.
Oh, you know. You and your hate for the white man. They're not so bad.
They're no worse than any other man. It is all men I hate. And you forget. I'm not out of that building quite yet.
You will work on that.
Perhaps we'll start by them not fucking us.
Hopefully they do not. That would be awful, as my employer does look to end our lives if we don't complete this job. I'm assuming. But I have confidence in us.
Just remember, Chiako, use these men. Do not feel overmuch for them. I don't care how much you like the Gaijin's cock. It is not important. We have one task. Use who we must until that task is done. Then you're free to do whatever it is you wish to do. Don't lose sight with these petty weaknesses, these feelings of affection. They're tools. Use them as we are being used. It is the only way.
I will strive my affections out of our mission.
Very well. Let us find this hacker.
Yes. Hopefully he's still alive.
Yes, he could be useful.
Hmm. Just not at shooting people.
No, I think we have the two for that.
True.
And he kind of looks off and like, firearms, disgusting.
Yes. No art in it. No personality. No up close and seeing the death in front of you. Not satisfying.
Kind of looks back over his shoulder again and smiles. And Gaijin. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
And as the siblings find some rocky common ground where they find, after years of separation, some semblance of understanding where each other is coming from, the camera starts to zoom away. And as it's slowly zooming away, Yin's compad starts ringing.
And she'll raise the compat to her face. Hello?
Yin. It's Nero.
Yeah.
I get the sense that you're somewhere close by. The signal's pretty strong.
We'll be there soon. Hang on.
No. Don't be stupid. You can't take these. You can't take them with sheer force.
Oh, don't worry. We're coming for you. And
No. Listen.
what?
They have me in a construct. It's some sort of disconnected cyberspace reality. These assholes are messing with some military tech. They have it set up so that it's not on the local net. But I think I've figured out their operation. And I think I know how you can help.
How?
They have a safe house a bit ways in the city. It's generating some sort of artificial network that this thing is connected into. You shut that down, and I think we may have a chance here.
Okay.
I'm sending you the coordinates, Yin. I think you're gonna like it. It's a tall building. You can't make much noise. Need to kill everyone. And then the line cuts. And you look at your compad as you see address coordinates of what looks like a building somewhere in the central district of Icarus 1.
Perfect.
It's one of those tall housing buildings.
And Yin smiles while looking down at her compad and looks up to Hero. Well, looks like we are needed to shut down another locale before we take this place on. But that means you get to enact your fury there too.
He shrugs. Here or there.
Not necessary. I have the coordinate.
Will your Gaijin friends be staying here or coming along?
That is good question. But I think it's just going to be you and me this time. Some brother-sister bonding. They can handle it here. They're
Well
just
then.
patrolling anyway.
I suppose we should go then.
Okay. And
And with that, the camera zooms out and the screen fades to black.